Okay, everybody, thank you for joining the show. It's another show of just a couple of guys at the movies. Today's episode, we are going to review the hit film Black Adam, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If you haven't seen the trailer and you've been living under a rock for some strange reason or something, you know what? Let's play the trailer for you right about now.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. So I'm opted out.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
I didn't bring a passport.
You don't need passports. You're the Justice Society.
There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
Too much enemy fire to catch a breath.
I never said I was a hero.
Giving you respect, I expect the same thing.
You believe you are not worthy. But fate does not make mistakes.
I'll fight for you. There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
You have two paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
All right, y'all, that's the trailer. It's called Black Adam, stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and everything else. I got to say that I'm so thankful I didn't see, I'm so thankful I didn't pay attention to a lot of the trailer. I went and saw the movie. But before I even jump into what I think about the movie, before I even tell you guys, I break it down the way I do, let me just first introduce my guest host today. First of all, we already know he's a comedian. That's why he's on the show. But he's also a book author. He's also a teacher. And I'm going to let him tell you where he teaches at. He also is something that I really love. Most importantly, he hits the stage with dramatic flair, but we call him the business bully because he breaks down businesses, how to help your business and help you structure your business and put it all together. He is a comic book geek, a comic book nerd. He can talk to you about comic books. He can talk to you about gaming. He's a gamer. Yeah, he does everything. It's so much he does. I'm like, how do you find time to even be a family man? Ladies and gentlemen, the business bullies in the building. How you doing?
I'm good, Frank. That's why my family can't stand me, bro. Like, I've got time for everything but them.
Right? Yeah, you really do. Like, I don't know how you do it. A gamer, a comic book geek, and like me, I'm into my comic books, not as heavy as probably as you, but I love my comic books too, man. I love my gaming too. I don't play as much as working too much and everything else. Yeah. But most importantly, you're a comedian too, man. I really appreciate you taking time to jump in and do the show, man. First of all, you saw Black Adam at the movie theaters, man.
I did.
What is your instant reaction when you walk away? And before you answer that, the first question I ask everybody all the time is, would you pay for it and recommend that movie to other people to pay for it and go see it? First question.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. I think sometimes people were expecting Ben-Hur or Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Godfather. It's a comic book superhero movie.
Right.
And I feel like it's a movie that comic book fans have been waiting for, because everything with everybody else is very black and white. Black Adam brings a lot of nuance to comic book lore, so I'm excited to have seen that on the big screen. I thought it was very well done. Was it perfect? No, but you know, we'll deep dive into it, bro. I enjoyed it.
Let's get into it. Let me ask you this first. Let me ask you this as a follow-up question to that. You know, DC is under a lot of you know, for all of those of you out there who are not paying that close attention, DC is under a lot of scrutiny right now because they are taking a lot of heat. The DC management, Warner Brothers head, they had some changes at the head of the studio, and unlike Marvel, DC doesn't have one person who heads up everything. Like they have like almost like a small little committee, and they basically recently, within the last couple of weeks, they consulted with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to say, hey, what do you think? Where are we going with this and everything else? So with that being said, The Rock put it out there and said, hey, this movie could be, you the fans decide, the pivotal movie to help get DC to turn things around. Because let's face it, Wonder Woman did not do well. Batman versus Superman did not do well. Justice League, some people are really upset about Justice League also because they put out the Snyder cut. You know what I mean? The Zack Snyder cut was to me, it was way better. It was like night and day to me. Way better than that. So is this the movie that's going to turn DC around to help them get things back on track, to help them reboot, you know, something? Because some people even up in the air about, you know, the Batman. The Batman came out too to some critical flip. Like, I like the Batman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but what you think?
Well, I think there's a few things at play. First of all, let's just talk about the Batman for a quick second. The problem is people want things to be in a certain continuity, a certain way. And when you have characters, you can have different takes on different characters, especially when you have alternate universes, which is fine. Just like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was phenomenal. The thing about this movie is that it gives Warner Brothers, I'm sorry, Discovery, I'm sorry, HBO. I don't know who owns them no more, Frank, but whoever these folks are, it gives them an opportunity to do the one thing that they need to do. Number one, they will never be Marvel. Let's just start there. Number two, what they can do is, okay, we've got Henry Cavill back in place as Superman. Thank God. You know, thank Dwayne while you're at it. Gal Gadot still works as Wonder Woman. She is a good Wonder Woman. That last script was horrible. That's not her fault.
Right.
Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be making an appearance in The Flash and is going to do, I think, another movie. So Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman. Take the things that actually work and just make movies. Don't try to do the Marvel thing. Make really good movies that the fans want to see, that they can get invested in, and you will win. If they took the same approach to their films as they did to their animation, DC would not be stopped. We would not be talking about Marvel anything.
I know, because DC animation is amazing and Marvel animation is not. I don't even know how you can mix it up. Like I said to my friends a couple of times, dude, all you guys have to do really is turn your animation stuff that you've made and put it on screen as real live action, and you can't go on. Yeah, because that Justice League Dark, I think it was. I think I watched it at least good 5 times. I love that. That was amazing.
Absolutely.
You do that. All right, so let's get to the film. The film had some great action sequences. There's some people who complained about it. There's some people who like it. What are your immediate takeaways from the film when you walked out the theater? Your first 3 immediate takeaways when you walked out.
My first 3 takeaways when I walked out was, number one, Dwayne Johnson did it again. Like, there's nothing this man can't do. Point blank and period. He was great as a producer, as an actor, and in setting a tone that we've not seen in comic book movies aside from maybe Dolph Lundgren or Thomas Jane's Punisher. Like, this was a true anti-hero with Superman-like powers, right? That was the first thing. The second thing is, if they are smart, they will start to use Viola Davis, who has huge star power because of Woman King and every damn thing she's into, Black Meryl Streep, as their Nick Fury. Right. Because, you know, Nick Fury is also morally compromised.
Right.
So there's a lot of gray area there with her, but you can use her as a focal point, which I thought was a very, very smart move because it gives you some familiarity and gives you something to gel. The third thing I took away from is Dwayne made it so that all of the other properties in the DC universe, whether you know them or not, like, hey, we don't need to explain all these people's origin stories. They're there. You know, here's Dr. Fate. You don't know who Dr. Fate is? Doesn't matter. We got James Bond to play him. Let's go ahead and let's just enjoy this movie. This is not a movie you got to think about, but it still had a lot of good messaging and undertones. So for those reasons, I thought it was really, really good. I think the critics were way hard on it.
Yeah. Where does it rank in your top DC movies? Where does it rank?
Of all time, or just in this last
Well, no, let's do it all time. Your top DC
all
movies
time?
all time. Is it in your top 10?
It's in my top 10.
Okay.
I would say it's probably 7.
Okay.
Like for me,
Yeah.
my DC movies are Dark Knight, Batman versus Superman, the director's cut, which has another 45 minutes to an hour of footage in it that makes that movie phenomenal.
Makes it make sense. Makes it make sense.
Yeah. Zack Snyder's Justice League, phenomenal. Aquaman, phenomenal. Like there are certain movies, and then of course Batman '89. You can't go wrong. Batman '89. Superman 2, absolutely phenomenal. And believe it or not, Superman Returns, the one with Brandon Routh,
made the top 10. Wow, didn't make my top 10. Okay. What about Man of Steel? Where does Man of Steel land in your top?
Man of Steel.
You don't have Batman Begins in your top 10, which is baffling to me.
I'll tell you why I don't like Batman Begins. Because Batman Begins was great. Don't get me wrong. And I think what Christopher Nolan did was phenomenal. The problem with Batman Begins is when you follow it up with The Dark Knight, and then you got to put Maggie Gyllenhaal in the in the Katie Holmes role. I don't buy Maggie Gyllenhaal as being attractive. And you see what I'm saying? So when I look at the continuity, it bothers me. And I know, Batman Begins comes first, but it threw me off. Man of Steel, whoo!
That was
really
bad.
Really good. But to me, Man of Steel is basically Superman 1 and 2, with a lot more extra effects and some stuff that people really couldn't get behind, like growing babies. And, like, I don't think the regular audience was ready for all of that. I did like it.
That's what they messed up at. That's what they messed up at. The growing baby. That's what they messed up at right there. That and Superman stealing people's clothes, without leaving money on it. Superman wouldn't steal.
He would never have to.
Yeah,
he would have moved so fast. He would have found a way.
And my third thing on that Man of Steel was so much destruction in Metropolis while he's fighting one guy. That I was like, y'all messed up with that. But anyway, let's get back to obviously Black Adam's the reason why we're here, man. You said you'd recommend it. You gave me 3 good reasons and everything else. What is your takeaway that you didn't like about Black Adam before we jump into move forward?
Sometimes having comic relief is a good thing. If the movie is particularly dark and brooding, like it works in a Batman situation, the comic relief in this movie, it didn't land. That was problem number 1. My second problem was Aldous Hodge's Hawkman. It was very T'Challa-esque, and it was very Tony Stark-esque, and they were trying to force it. And like, I'm sorry, Hawkman has never been a leader of anything that I've cared about in comic books, cartoons, or anything else. And so I think you're trying to fill a void that really didn't need you to fill it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that thing, they might as well just recast Aldous Hodge's T'Challa and keep it pushing. Like, to me, I think they were trying to shove that down our throat. And I don't need a black Bruce Wayne either.
Yeah.
That's what it came out as. Like, that just bothered me. The other thing that bothered me is, and I don't know if you want me to give spoilers, so I don't want to.
No, don't give spoilers. Don't give spoilers. Keep going.
The thing with a lot of these superhero movies, they become very formulaic. For example, in Iron Man, you had Ironmonger. In Black Panther, you had Killmonger. In this one, there's always going to be an antithesis that's just like the other guy. In Aquaman, you had the other Aquaman. Like, really? Seriously? Can we think of something else? And there's no such thing as perfect movies, but we got to get out of that formulaic thing. Otherwise, the fans are going to get bored, and we're going to have another 10 years of no good comic book movies as a result.
And that's the exact reason why Morbius bombed. That's the exact reason. Like, when I tell you Morbius bombed, that's the exact reason. But again, I don't want to divert from Black Adam because we talk about Black Adam and everything else. You gave it a thumbs up. You said people would recommend it and everything else. You want people to talk about that and everything else. Very last question on Black Adam. Will there be a sequel in your opinion, and should there be?
Yes, and absolutely yes.
Okay.
Yes, there will be a sequel because you don't want Dwayne Johnson going to Marvel.
That's true.
Right. And for 15 years, he's tried to get this movie off the ground. And he delivered. He put butts in seats. That movie is going to be the number 1 movie in America, if not the world. Do you need another one? Yes. And you know why you're going to have another one? Because you can't find a better Superman than Henry Cavill. Yeah. Dwayne Johnson owns Henry Cavill's contract and made everybody excited about Henry Cavill again. They changed his suit. I don't know if you saw that.
That's right.
So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about that, and I'm also excited about where that's going to go, because I think this is going to be what this next Black Adam movie is going to be what Batman versus Superman should have been.
Right. Well, I'm excited. As a comic person, I'm excited and everything. Now, before we let you go, what I've been doing lately is I've been surprising my guests with a trailer, hoping that they haven't seen it. But with this one, you might have seen it by now because you're into this type of stuff. I want you to tell me immediately after you see it, your thoughts are, and then we're going to discuss this for a second. And then I got to give everybody their audience reactions on the movie we've been discussing, because I went to the movie theater tonight, and I went last night to give people an instant audience reaction so they could tell me what they thought about Black Adam, and not instead of taking my opinion, your opinion, and all that other stuff. So let's drop this trailer right about now.
I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my wildest dreams. Bianca, Rocky, my dad. This was built on their shoulders. Hey, my man, can I help you?
Let me get an autograph.
Nah, I ain't signing no autographs, but you get off my car.
You don't remember me, huh?
Damien. How long were you locked up?
18 years, bro. Just got out last week.
Glad to have you back out, huh?
I know I've been away a long time, but I kept myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
Come by the gym.
Thank you.
Curious what happened with you two?
I didn't tell you. We was like brothers. I was the best, though. But I never got a chance to prove that. That's cute. I know what you're doing, Donnie. You don't owe this dude nothing.
Damien's fighting the world and he's trying to hurt people.
I vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell, watching somebody else live your life. I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family.
Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods you might disagree with me. These are family ties. I recognize mine. I know that they needed me. Traumatic stress, watch it manifest. Got my only fear. I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
I feel those chains are breaking, yeah. I fear God, I don't fear death. I see those stripes and take a step.
Okay, y'all saw the trailer. The trailer's called Creed 3, starring my boy Michael B. Jordan. Jonathan Majors. The Business Bully is with us on the show, called Just Two Guys at the Movies. Business Bully. Dave, talk to me. Man. What do you think about that trailer that you saw it, and excited to see it, or you can pass? What's your immediate thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm a Philadelphian, so I love anything Rocky related. So yes, I'm dying to see it. Secondly, I'm a little disappointed. Like, I haven't lost all the weight I need to lose because I want to play Clubber Lang Jr. So apparently we're gonna have to wait till Creed 4 for that. Hey woman. No, but Jonathan Majors can play anything, and it's amazing because that man has a nose that literally is breathing up all the white man's air. He got everything in shape but them nostrils. And I got to tell you, man, I am thrilled. I'm excited because none of this has anything to do with Rocky at this point. Like, this is a complete deviation from everything. This has to do with Donnie's past, and that is exciting for me.
Yeah, I think that we got to also pay attention to that they're making sure they market it to the women, because I ain't never seen so much buffness in a trail. Like, I'm like, okay, y'all trying to get the women in the seat.
I need to know what kind of supplements they're taking. Are they just eating salmon and one cracker? Like, there is no carbs nowhere.
Memo? You didn't get the steroids memo?
Bro, I didn't get it. I'm trying to, I got the money. I just need to know who to pay to give me the shots. Because I want that. Until I get that, Frank, all this old weight loss journey, hell with that. Give me the roids, bro. Yeah, I don't care if I look like Lex Luger when I'm 70. Right now, though,
I'm trying to tell you. Those dudes made sure they are going to put butts in the seats. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I got to say is it made me really quickly forget Creed 2, because Creed 2, I was like, yeah, when I walked out and I was like, yeah, I didn't really like that movie too much. You know what I mean? It was okay, but it wasn't memorable. This looks like it could be a memorable film. So
no, I think this one is going to be the best one, just like Rocky 3 for me.
Yes,
is the movie that changed everything.
Was that the one with Clubber Lang? That is the one.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one with Clubber Lang. That's the one that gave you the Rocky statue. That's the one that Hulk Hogan got fired from the WWF for appearing in Rocky 3.
There you go. More knowledge I didn't even know. Dave, thank you for joining the show. What you got going on out there? Tell everybody what you got going, because I know you're cooking. I know you're teaching. I know you gaming. Listen, what are you doing?
It's a lot, man. So we're getting ready to hammer out this gamer show on Humor Mill, which I'm super excited about, because there's nothing worse than people who are so caught up talking trash, that they can't really function, or they're so into the game that they can't talk trash. So what do? We put some serious gamers with some crazy comedians, and it's going to be crazy. So I'm excited about that. My book, Sell It Like Jesus, is still in bookstores everywhere and available wherever you buy books. I'm doing a lot of touring, speaking, and of course, I'm teaching social media marketing at Temple University. And you can follow everything on The Business Bully, and I hope to check you out.
Thank you very much for joining the show. I appreciate you, man. And I'm sure we're going to probably get you to come back, too, because Black Panther's coming up in a week. I'm going to ask a couple of guys to join the show. We can talk about Black. And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Wakanda forever.
I'm trying to look forward to that. And I'm praying that they have a male Black Panther in it. I don't think they will. I'm praying they do, because I really, I'm still upset about them not, recasting Chat. That's another episode.
Yeah, but you just saw the male Black Panther in that trailer. That's all I'm saying.
Good point. Thanks, David, for joining the show, y'all. We'll see y'all. Anyway, y'all, that was Dave, the Business Bully. Okay, now you guys got a chance to hear what he had to say about the film. This is what we're going to do. Now we're getting ready to take it to the theaters. We're going to throw it to you guys so you guys can tell us what you thought. All right, you ready for that? Here it is.
Right, tell me what you thought about Black Adam.
Oh, I thought it was great, man. It was great. I heard Dwayne said that this was phase 1 for DC, and I think it's a good step forward towards that. So really excited about it. I'm gonna give it a good review.
Personally, I thought it was pretty good. All right.
It was a good movie. Definitely expected it to be as good as it was. Overall, really enjoyable. It was a good movie. I think all around it was great quality.
Thank you. What did you think?
I think it was good. It was long.
Anything else?
I think that's it. No, I liked it.
Thought it was great. I loved it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. A lot of surprises. It's good.
I liked it. I thought that it had some stagnant, corny parts, but overall, I thought it was a good movie. Rock makes a good movie.
Okay, we're back. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week, and what we're going to do is going to do this all over again with a new comedian, a new trailer, we're going to be at the theaters also asking new audience reactions, all that and above. Thank you guys for watching the show. Just a couple of guys at the movies. I want to thank my man Dave, the Business Bully, for joining the show. I'm Frank Holder. We'll see y'all next week. Take care.